ఇది మెంటల్ స్ట్రెంగ్స్ ఏవైతే స్పోర్ట్స్లో ఉంటాయో వాటిని ఎవ్రీడే లైఫ్లో అందరికీ అందజేసే విధంగా ఈరోజు గోపి గారు, యష్ గారు రాయటం జరిగింది. ఇట్స్ అ వండర్ఫుల్ బుక్. అండ్ దీంట్లో మనకి అర్థమయ్యే భాషలో సింపుల్గా ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ తోటి ఇవ్వటం జరిగింది. సో మీరు స్టూడెంట్ అయినా, స్పోర్ట్స్ పర్సన్ అయినా, లేకపోతే నార్మల్ కార్పొరేట్ లైఫ్లో ఉన్నా కూడా మీకు అందరికీ ఈ బుక్లో ఏదో ఒకటి మిమ్మల్ని మెంటలీ స్ట్రాంగ్ చేయడానికి, దీంట్లో ఒక గ్రోత్ మైండ్ సెట్ ఇచ్చే విధంగా దీని ఐడియాస్ రావడం జరిగింది. దీంట్లో కూడా మనకి శాండీ గార్డెన్ అని చెప్పి పెద్ద వరల్డ్ రినౌండ్ స్పోర్ట్స్ సైకాలజిస్ట్, ఆయన సపోర్ట్తో ఇది రాయటం జరిగింది. కాబట్టి డెఫినెట్లీ ఇది అందరికీ హెల్ప్ అవుతుందని నేను భావిస్తున్నాను.
Okay, thanks.
This book is to enable anyone who wants to perform under pressure and who wants to perform to their potential. And we are learning from athletes to bring these two knowledge to application. So we've been studying elite athletes, how they deal with pressure, how do they perform well. And this book applies to everyone, anyone who's delivering performance, be it a school student, be it a college student, be it a corporate worker, be it a CXO, be it an athlete. All of us go through pressure, all of us want to perform to their best. So this book is a very easy guide for you to go through 12 chapters and understand what does it take to deliver performance at all times, and above all, enjoy performance. That's the book as well.
Well, I'm here for the Glyder ADVANTAGE, the book launch by Mr. Gopinathan and Dr. Great job. It's all about the mindset and dealing with pressure. I think it will be a beautiful book to guide young people who face exams and have huge goals to achieve, and parental and environmental pressure. And I'm sure this book will be of great help to all the young people out there and any professional seeking to develop themselves. And I'm happy I've got my copy and I'm going to go to it.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Here. When it comes to the topic that we're going to be talking about, pressure, I'm sure this is something that all of us are familiar. We've seen it in every phase of life. The only difference is that pressure now seems to be ubiquitous. It seems to be never-ending, and it starts at a much younger age than it did when at least when I was a kid. I don't remember facing the kind of pressure that kids are facing these days. So this book comes at a very, very timely point, and I think it's very needed. And as the foreword is written by Güclarist, he says the game is won between the years, right? And it is never truer than it ever was. So let us try and understand what this book is about. What are you saying? Talking to me?
No.
We used to review the nerves. So why we look at the sports was that they do both very well. They rehearse the skill, they rehearse the nerve. Skill, nerve, and it happens all the time. And I thought there is no better place to look at that. Others this morning it occurred to me, for those of us who follow Tamil movies, I want to give a slightly tangential example, little frivolous, but it kind of makes the point. He said there is a movie by name Basha, I'm sure most people have seen. There is a scene in which Basha does all this Bombay underworld thing, and he comes back to Chennai and lives a quiet life, and he doesn't pick up violence, he doesn't fight with anybody. And one day villain pushes him so much, by disrespecting his sister, and he said enough is enough, and he unleashes violence on people. And he beats many people so badly. And he leaves the scene, and a cop who comes and then investigates the scene. He says, so the guy who's beaten him up, he's got...
In sport is they manage to not give any circumstances the power to distract them from that critical sense of focus on.
So on the process, I would say focus is something which is very important. and your leakages of focus, where you set up a goal and you keep getting distracted is leakages of focus. You want to do the task properly and you're starting to think about winning or losing. These leakages of attention. I think for me these are two very critical things, whether it's leakages of attention or leakages of the goal, which are important. So
I wish I had done this before the book. This is
Yeah,
a
it's a beautiful point,
Leakage
no?
of attention.
And we need to plug those leaks.
Yeah, so everything that is spoken here belongs to the Glyder ADVANTAGE. Leakage of attention. Thank you.
So that is
in desire leakages, and to set your targets and goals and figure what you need to do and be task oriented. I think these are all mental aspects at a higher level. You might win once when you're young, you might win a couple of times. That's natural talent maybe. But I think if you need to be great at that and if you need to be one of those best in sport, you need to work on these to ensure that you're task oriented without leakages, you're goal oriented without leakages, and your pride in yourself and your performance goes up there, and your hurt and loss makes you get up the next day morning and work harder.
With more fire.
Yeah.
No? You mentioned quite a few things about how you deal with it, and everything was, it was like, what? Like that? Especially when you said, remember the failure every day when you're training, because that is what you want to beat. Of all these things that you said, did they all come naturally for you, or were there some of the things that you worked on?
Yeah, I think many of these things were trained, no, but not necessarily in that day. That day it was like, ye goron ke saath mein nahi harunga. That's the kind of mindset you would have, Saleh. And in a very Telugu Indian way, it's a very Natu kind of thing. You actually say those things. So that's the kind of attitude, and you bring it back in training and say, oh, that hurt, I'm going to show up.
Yeah.
But then I think a very important aspect of all of this is that you can't live your entire life with a burning desire and hurt. So somewhere down the line as a coach, we try to incorporate moments of fun and recreation, decision making. How do I calm down, zoom out, and then focus on it? That's an area which I think is very important. Gratitude is something I think it's supremely important. At the end of the day, whether we are born with a certain quality, an opening balance in life, whether it's our looks, our height, our weight, whatever, I think the social standing where we are, that's not something which we have to take credit for. I think that's something else's. Likewise, the ability to learn, the ability to get to listen to knowledge is also not something which we can take credit for. So I think that is an important area for us to be grateful about. And I think
I'd like to understand the third point. You are saying that one's ability to understand knowledge is something to be grateful about. That's what it is. Wow.
There used to be a village Amma called Jillalamudi Amma for people in Andhra, they would know Telangana, which is a Telugu lady. She would say, what are you taking credit for? Even if your ability to learn to be disciplined is also coming from the divine. So you say, I am getting up at morning.